Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zero Hour. As most of us know intuitively by now, we are falling behind. Specifically, 9 out of 10 Americans has fallen behind financially as the well-to-do, especially the ultra-wealthy, capture an ever-increasing chunk of our national income. This inequality threatens the entire economy's future growth and the entire economy's stability. But whenever someone offers a solution to this growing problem, someone else on the right is going to accuse them of class war. Well, you know what? There is a class war going on right now. Class war is precisely what we've been seeing in this country for decades, but it's been waged for, not against, the wealthy, and Republicans have been that war's dutiful servants from the very start. Now, the wreckage of this war can be seen all around us. Incomes for the top 1% of households have more than doubled since the 1980s. That's right, more than doubled. The top 0.1% has increased its share of the nation's total wealth from 7% in 1978 to 22% in 2012. That's a level not seen since before the Great Depression. Let me repeat that statistic for you. The top 0.1% has increased its share of the nation's total wealth from 7% to 22%. Meanwhile, 90% of American households have seen no increase in their wealth since 1986. You bet there's a war on, but the middle class didn't start it, and it's fighting just to survive. Now, the Republicans, in pushing this class war notion, have decided that their newest front is Social Security and Social Security disability. We're going to be talking about that more in this hour. We're also going to be talking about workplace fairness for the American majority and for people who collect hourly wages. But it's very important to remember that the assault on Social Security is part of this class war. One clue to that could be found in a statement that the Budget Committee chair, Mike Enzi, a Republican of Wyoming, said this week. He said, "Don't trust a federal trust fund," meaning the Social Security Trust Fund. There are no dollars in the Disability Trust Fund, and there are no dollars in the Social Security Trust Fund. We spent the money. Well, first of all, who does he mean by we? He means the ultra-wealthy who got tax breaks under George W. Bush. He means the military-industrial complex that got all sorts of funding for its wars and for its weapons system. And what does he mean when he says there's no money there? The Treasury Department borrowed from these funds. It executed legally binding instruments in return for the money it borrowed. It owes the money back just as much as Treasury bonds are owed to the people who hold them. By the way, one of the biggest holders of Treasury bonds in the world, Wall Street banks. Can you imagine a Republican saying to a Wall Street banker, "Oh, sorry, we can't redeem your Treasury bond. We spent the money"? They would never do that, even though those bankers have benefited from policies which increased government deficits. So let's be clear about this, folks. We do have a class war going on, and they're targeting Social Security, the very thing that protects retirement security or the security of millions of Americans once they become disabled. When there's a war on, folks, we all have to do our part for the war effort. Our part is to make sure that no compromises are enacted which endanger the financial security of the majority. Our part is to make sure that they don't win this class war. Our part is to make sure that our representatives understand we expect them to be on our side, or we'll get new representatives. I'm Richard RJ Eskow, and this is the Zero Hour.